Hey y'all, Jordan and Margie here from Carolina Sewing Back, and today we're going to show you how easy it is to sew some scrunchies. Besides a sewing machine and coordinating thread, you need a hair tie. These little rolled black ones are super comfy. These work great. It's even better than elastic in these. A marking pen or pencil of some sort. This little roller, we'll show you what that's for. You can use like a stiletto if you need to, but this is nice. A set of hemostats. This is going to make it a lot easier down the road too. And if you want to, you can even sew in like a little tag or a ribbon to be done, make it nice and customized, just like that. So we're going to get right into showing you the first steps. It's basically just taking your piece of fabric, which this is 22 by 5, which actually means you can use a fat quarter and get 3 different scrunchies out of it. So that's super easy, fat quarter friendly project. The first thing you want to do if you're using a tag is to mark the center to show you where to sew the tag in place, which we'll show you on the screen here. You're going to fold over the edges, which are going to make it easier to hand sew later down the road. And there's a special way to scrunch it up to sew it, which we'll show you right here.
So to do the scrunchie, after all the steps that Jordan told you, you're gonna have to use a hair tie. That's how we're gonna teach today. Once you have everything ready, you can just scrunch it, put it together. The folded side, it needs to be facing that way. You get the hair tie and you put in the center. That's all you need to do for now. And then the next step, we're gonna show you in the machine. So you can see how I fold it. It's not hard. So now what you're gonna do is like match the print side together like this, and we're gonna sew it. Okay.
So I decided to do a voiceover here just to kind of explain it as we go along. The idea is very simple. You're just keeping, if you're picturing a circle and you have 2 right sides of fabric touching each other, you're just sewing along the outside edge of that circle. Margie is stopping every so often, like right here, just to reset those edges, just to make sure, because the biggest thing is you don't want them to be uneven, because that's going to cause your scrunchie to be shorter on the top or bottom. So it's very important that you keep an eye on that. The seam allowance here is she's using the edge of the foot as a guide. So it's roughly, between a 1/2 and 1/4 inch. You can use whatever seam allowance you want. It really doesn't matter. The consistency is what really matters here. So resetting, stopping and going. It's not a race. This is one of the more important parts. So you don't want to try and speed through it here, but it's just a meticulous stop and go, reset, stop and go. And you're going to leave the first stitch, and the end is going to leave you an opening where you're going to pull the fabric around itself with some hemostats, which we'll show you in a second here.
Okay, so in case you couldn't see it, the idea is that you're just sewing along that edge. Margie was using the edge of the foot as a guide. It came out to just probably over 1/4 inch. If you want to use a 1/4 inch foot, you can do that totally fine. You just want to keep a consistent distance right there. That way when it folds up, everything looks nice. And when you get to the edge, you have this right here. And these are the pieces we folded over. So Margie's going to take some hemostats, or scissors first, to trim it. But we're going to use some hemostats to pull it through, and it's going to be really easy as opposed to trying to weed your fingers through there. So Margie. And here you just want to run your hemostats down the edge of that sewed fabric until it finds the exit. And you're just going to pinch that exit corner with your hemostats and carefully just run them back through. Just roll it over itself until it pops out the other end, just like that. Then you can grab it and pull it through. Super easy. Now to finish up the scrunchie, you have your open end here. You can do this on the machine, but it looks a lot better if you hand stitch it with like an invisible hand stitch. This one's already done. Margie's working on this one right here. We're going to show you the stitch she's using. It can be a little tedious. It's probably the part that's going to take the most out of the whole scrunchie, but you just put those open ends together and just keep taking your fingers and folding them in, just like Margie just did. And just like that. You will need a good bit of thread, so cut a little bit more than you expect. That way you don't run out. And just like that. And just continue that along the entire opening until you're stitched shut. Go. So thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and now you can go make a bunch of these scrunchies. We plan on doing more easy sewing tutorials like this in the future, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.